This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington football team. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense ready to take over, and you see Taylor Heinicke at the helm in his second season with the football team.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Gibson here running out of the gun. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Heinicke. They'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Prescott off play action. And the defense loses him. It's complete.
Oh, yeah, that's how
touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 2nd and 9, Heinicke. They'll roll him out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Heinicke. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. They'll try and run with the fullback Johnson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on fourth down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. And they'll try to throw now. Heineke. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Heineke on 3rd and 2. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A run here for J.D. McKissic. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. From the 17, Heineke. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Here's Heineke. He'll buy some time right. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play, not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Heineke to throw it. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Heineke with a 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still so. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play here for Dallas. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Micah Parsons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 11. So possession goes over here on the punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense about set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting.
He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 91 yards. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
On 2nd and 10, Heineke. And there's the former Cowboy, Cole Beasley. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A first down throw for Heineke. He'll go right back to Beasley. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down, Heineke. He'll go underneath with it. That's complete to his running back. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Heineke. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again on 2nd down, Heineke. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Prescott. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. The return man, Wilson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
A first down throw for Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. He goes to Lamb again. This time he's got it. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Prescott yet again. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. And again, it's Prescott. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now on 2nd and 13. Heineke finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Now Heineke. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Heineke now looking to throw on first down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free. Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. Elliott running right. Runs over him. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll try the right side with Elliott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they'll get this down to the 10. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And they'll let that play, the completed pass, stand as they decline the penalty.
So do you get the sense they like their defense?
Yeah, they wanted that next down to come up.
Yeah, they weren't worried about the yardage there at all. Just what you said. Let the downs trickle away.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Osa Odighizuwa. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one caught by Beasley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's got room. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Heineke's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number one cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really...
Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. Osa Odighizuwa.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Heineke's throw here pulled in by Beasley. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Throwing, Heineke.
And he's got his man here, Beasley. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
First down, Heineke.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by the rookie, Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing here, Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb, and it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with it defensively, and it'll bring up second down.
On play action, Prescott. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all